There's a man who's one of a kind. We're just not sure what kind. Stan the Man Johnson.
Thank you, and welcome to the show. The show's called Something Else, and my name is Stan, and there's...
He'll never be as popular.
Al, excuse me for just a second. Al has been sent by the station to make sure that the rules are all enforced, and we don't break any rules. Al, what is going on?
We're just discussing the latest teen stars in this teen magazines.
And what's this?
We're having a contest.
Is Larry upset he's not in there?
Larry's always upset. He's a sookie.
Larry, don't take it so hard.
This guy kind of looks like Larry.
Looks a bit like him
Not
without
really,
the glasses.
Not enough hair.
I think this guy's cuter than Larry. What do you
Who's
guys think? This guy cuter than Larry? Yeah. This is from Elf. And he's here today. I am told that he is here. Somewhere behind the door to nowhere is him. And his name is Josh Blake. And he plays Jake on Elf. And he's going to be here on the show today. Now, Edward Thackeray III, of course, is here. My personal valet and announcer. And
I'm always here trying to clean up when you're making a mess all over the place.
Couldn't you clean up either before or after the show?
I'm continually cleaning. It's always a mess. Who knows what sort of guest you're going to bring in stomping around?
I think you should do it before or after. I don't think you should do it during the show. That's just my opinion. Here's a question for the studio audience, and if you know the answer, I'll give you a nice hat like this. What planet is Elf from? All right, right up there in that shirt, you just won the hat.
All right.
Not this one, though, because it's permanently attached to my head. On the show today, also, there's the Gorilla Cam, the pink gorilla. Hi. Yo, hi. And, of course, Rufus. You're supposed to face the other way. Rufus, nice work. Why don't you go and have a nap, and we'll let you know when the show's over. How about a nice round of applause for lovely Larry, John and Mike, the Something Else Orchestra. I have to get up there. Thackeray's a little sensitive about his black carpet because it's difficult for him to clean.
Work.
And nobody is allowed to step on the black carpet. Would you please say hello to our guest today? His name, as I mentioned, is Josh Blake. He's on Elf, and he's been on zillions of other things. As soon as you see him, you'll know who he is. Here he is, Josh Blake.
Cleaning, and now I have to get the door.
I think as soon as he's finished the footprints, we'll get on with the show. Thackeray. Edward! We're in the middle of a show here. What are you doing?
Looking for my book of Predicate. Where is it?
Well, great. I really want to feel like I'm on a roller coaster.
Where's the book?
I don't know where your book is. Al has this book of Predicate because he's traveling around the world. He has a missing brother named
You're getting busy.
Fred, and he's looking for him.
busy.
Thanks, Al.
I'm just kidding. Where's my book?
Al?
I'm lost behind the door to nowhere.
Al,
Good.
I think there could be a job for you on lifestyles of the rich and foolish. Check that out. Do you mind if I talk to Jake now?
You
Josh
talk your
now?
brains out, Johnson.
Do people get your names confused? Josh,
Well,
Jake?
yeah, because it's Josh Blake, and Josh plus Blake would equal Jake, if you looked at it that way, so.
Yeah, Jake Blake has a nice ring to it, too.
Yeah, Jake Blake, Josh Blake, Blake Josh,
Well, now you really got me confused, Hank.
Josh Bake.
How did you get to be on Elf?
Well, I went to California, and I went to an audition, and they were looking for a new character on Elf, and luckily Jake, you know, came up.
And you play the Achmonics rotten little nephew. Is that how you say it? Achmonic?
Achmonic.
Achmonic.
Jake
Oh.
Achmonic, Trevor
Achmonic.
Achmonic, Raquel Achmonic.
And you're kind of a rotten little dude on that show.
Yeah, he's a streetwise kid, pretty tough. He's always getting into trouble. Yeah, he's not the best of kids.
Now, is your real life like that, or are you just a normal?
No,
kid?
I'm a normal kid. I mean, every once in a while I get into trouble. I mean, everybody does, but you know.
Not me.
Not you?
No,
Oh,
never. Well, there was that one time, but that
Everybody has one time, but you
Yeah.
only had one?
was just one.
Been a
yes.
long one time.
What
sir.
sort of things do you get in trouble for? Because I mean, you're like a television personality, and
Well, in school, you know, talking out. I always like to. I'm a big talker. I've got a big mouth, and lots of times, you know, I don't raise my hand in class. I'll just yell it out, and I always get in trouble for that.
is this a regular school you go to, or is it a?
Well, it depends. Right now, I just finished correspondence school where they send the work to me. But next year in 9th grade, I'm going back to a regular school.
Now, when you grow up, will you be as smart as someone who went to a regular public school?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've been doing well in school, so, you know, hopefully.
Tell me about your new series, because you're not only on Elf, you've got this new thing going now.
It's a new series. It's called The Famous Teddy Z, and it stars John Cryer and Alex Rocco. And it's basically a satire on Hollywood agencies. And it's about this guy who goes to work at the mailroom at a talent agency, and by sheer dumb luck, he becomes an agent. And it's very funny. And it's based loosely like on a true story about Marlon Brando, who chose his agent from a limo driver. He just told the limo driver, I want you to be my agent. And that's what it's based on.
And what do you do in this series?
Well, I play Ari Zakalakis, another hard last name to pronounce.
Oh, no. They do this just as tongue twisters,
I think
do
it's
they?
just to annoy me.
Yeah, they say, hey, we got Josh on. Let's give him a funny name he can't say.
Ari Zakalakis is Ted's little brother. Ted's played by John Cryer.
Mm-hmm.
And Ari's just a regular kid. I mean, he's a nice kid. He's a Greek boy from
You're not
Torrance,
doing the
California.
streetwise thing on this show.
No, no.
We'll be right back to talk with Josh, Jake, Blake after this. By the way.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Let's get right to the audience and see if we have any questions
Okay.
for Josh Blake. Yes.
How long have you? How long have you been acting?
Well, I started when I was about 6 years old. It's a good story. I started and I got the number from a manager. I went home. I gave that number to my mom, and my mom, you know, put it away. You know, moms can be. And I went and I called the number myself eventually because I wanted it, and I just called, you know, and I wasn't very articulate, but I said, you know, I want to be on television, and it worked out.
And you were only 6?
Yeah.
And you called this guy? What did the guy say? Have your mom call me?
Well, this was a woman manager, and she
Okay, this gal.
Shirley Grant. She said, well, you know, what's your phone number? She called back, and my mom knew that that's what I wanted to do. That's what I was interested in, and it thank God, worked out, you know.
Is it difficult because you are so successful? Is it difficult to be successful at your age and not have an attitude with other people your age? It's like I'm on TV and you're not?
No, my friends are my friends, and they like me for me, not for what I do, and I don't really discuss it with my friends. That's not something that I like to discuss. When I'm with my friends, I'm Josh, and I'm not Josh Blake, and I'm not the kid from Alf. That's not me when I'm with my friends.
I'm the same way. When I'm with my friends, I'm Josh. Next question.
What other shows or movies have you been in?
I did a television movie called Rock and Roll Mom with Diane Cannon. Broadway, I've done a lot of Broadway shows. I do a lot of voiceovers, which are the songs that you hear behind a commercial. I know you guys probably know My Buddy. Remember My Buddy? My buddy, wherever I go, that song, I did that. Dizzy, Dizzy Dinosaur. I've done a lot of voiceovers.
Beauty and the Beast, you were
Beauty
on
and
that.
the Beast, yeah.
Which one were you? No, I know. Next question.
Excuse me, Stan. I hate to interrupt, I know it's a show and all that, but would you look at Larry? Look how sad he looks.
What's wrong, Larry?
Larry, what's the problem? Larry, oh, I think he may. I'm not sure, but you're cuter than him, right? And he's been...
Yeah, he usually gets all
He's
the
like
attention.
Larry Heartthrob. He's the cutest guy in the band, and the girls usually go gaga over
Larry.
Larry. And I think that because you're here and you're so handsome and young and have such a great future, I think his nose may be a bit out of joint. Which sometimes I wish mine were. Give him a cookie?
Yeah.
I do. Larry,
Maybe I'll cheer him up. So
maybe, Josh, do you want to run that over to Larry and see if that helps? Larry,
There you go, Larry.
there's a little doggy
Bone for
biscuit.
you.
Does that cheer you up? Not cheered up
Take a
yet,
bite of it,
Larry?
Larry.
Okay, Larry, what about if we let you do like your own little solo? Would that make you happy? You could act a little more excited. Would that make you happy, Larry, if you had your own solo?
Certainly would.
And now you have a speaking role, too. This is really your day. Do you want to do a solo?
If you insist.
Well, how many people insist that Larry do his own solo?
All right.
All right.
If he smiles.
Here he is, the cute band guy Larry, doing his own guitar solo. What a magnificent job, Larry Walker's three-man solo. It was absolutely marvelous, and we'll be right back with more stuff. My old pal, can I call you that?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, thank you. See, I don't always make that up. Josh, now, you're well-known, famous, and making not bad money. What about drugs?
I think kids my age see a lot of drugs. It's a thing, you know. You gotta just watch it, be careful, and stay away from it. I mean, you look at someone who's on drugs, you look at someone who does drugs, you look at someone who's addicted to drugs, and you see that they're not happy. They're just hiding from things. It's the same with drinking.
Are you happy?
I'm very happy, and I don't need drugs to keep happy.
So am I. I just need Rufus. Speaking of all of that, speaking of drugs, we have an interview now with Tim Raine. He plays left field for the Montreal Expos, as you may know, and for a while he was out in left field with drugs. And here's Tim Raine. In 1988, you had a lot of problems. You had, your body was not holding up too well. How tough is baseball on your body?
Well, baseball, I think, can be as tough as you let it be, as far as conditioning-wise. I thought I came in last year and not as good a shape as I should have been. I guess, you know, over the years, and you go out and you perform well, you feel that, sort of take it for granted that, you know, just your talent's going to take over and you don't really need to work as hard as maybe you should. And I think last year I sort of went through that period where I felt that I was in great shape, but I really wasn't. And I came to spring training, and actually the first day of spring training I pulled a hamstring. And from that point on, it was actually downhill.
So you learned to train in the off-season then to keep yourself in shape?
Well, yes, I did. I guess, like I said, I took for granted the previous years that, you know, that just go out and run, and maybe some swinging and throwing, and that's all it took, and I got away with it. But last year was just one of those years that I didn't get away with it, and it sort of woke me up as far as, you know, I'm not getting any younger, I'm getting older, and I have to work much harder.
I don't want to belabor the point, but on the subject of drugs, now, how does a baseball player who supposedly would seem to be on top of the world, making great money, having a good time playing the game, how do you get involved in drugs?
I think it's the crowd that you're around. I think the friends, the guys that you think are your friends. I think there are some guys who are from small towns and they go to the big cities and they want to party like everybody else and they get involved in the wrong thing. I felt that's what happened to me. From Sanford, Florida, maybe 15,000 people there, and all of a sudden you get to the big city limelight, you start making some money, and you just want to fit in. And nowadays, fitting in is going that way. Society is so, I would say, screwed up now that it's happening everywhere. And I think you just have to have a strong mind to stay away from it. I think.
Did you not look at it, though? Did you not say, I'm risking it all, I'm risking the career, I may be risking my life? Or is it something you didn't think about?
Well, actually, when I got into it, I didn't really know what I was getting into. I grew up, I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't do anything. And it was just like something that I didn't really know anything about. I guess in the small town that I grew up in, nobody did anything. I mean, when I first started doing it, I didn't know what it was. I mean, someone mentioned cocaine. I mean, I didn't know what it was. So, as for myself, it was just lack of knowledge of what I was getting into. And I feel if I had a chance to do it all over again and knew what I was getting into, then I don't think I would have went that way.
Do you feel some sort of responsibility now as a role model to warn people against that, especially young people?
I think you can only do so much. I think we have a situation here now where just as many people that are out there saying, say no, there's 2 to 1 saying it's okay. So I just think if I can go out there and just help one guy out of 100, then I feel I've done my job. You can still be successful without all of that.
Now, also to be a great baseball player, you need gear, and you guys carry your own personal gear around? I mean, you each have your own bats and everything?
Well, yes, we do. As a matter of fact, I have my own Tim Raine's model glove, as you can see inside. Tim Raine.
You signed that. That must be exciting for you to have an autographed Tim Raine's glove.
I guess, you know, when I was growing up as a kid, you know, the gloves that was out was more Willie Mays, Babe Ruth gloves, and now I've got close to 9 years in the Major Leagues, and I'm starting to see my own name in gloves. So, I mean, that's quite exciting for myself.
Do you walk through a sporting goods store now and check on sales, see how they're going, see how popular Tim is this week? Do you keep track of that kind of stuff?
Not necessarily. I guess here in the States, my product, which is out of Canada, Cooper, is more in Canada, so I really don't get that opportunity to check the stores, and hopefully one of these days it'll come down here and I get a chance to go in the store myself and buy one of my own.
Thanks a lot, Tim.
All right, thank you.
Where'd you learn to play like that?
Oh, just sitting in the bedroom, you know, whittling away for hours at a time. Sometimes.
How's your social life? Do you hang out with a lot of girls?
No, it's pretty nil. I spend a lot of my time in the bedroom practicing and rehearsing, trying to improve.
Excuse me, Josh?
Yeah.
Larry, is that about finished?
Just about.
Yeah, I'd say so.
think you should say that.
Definitely.
Do you have any more questions?
No,
Josh?
I was just curious.
Oh, no, that's fine. Why don't you rejoin me on the couch?
Right.
Oh, no. Josh, have a seat. Don't worry about Thackeray. He's only hired help.
Don't worry about Thackeray wandering around.
Thackeray doesn't mind. What is it, Al?
Okay, I want to just censor your question sheet here. I want to make sure you answer that one and that one, but don't ask that question now.
Okay, I won't.
All right.
You like to sing?
Yeah.
Do you do any singing professionally?
Yeah, the Broadway shows that I did were musicals.
Oh, they were?
Yeah.
Now, were you a great singer when you were 6 years old and called that agent?
That was really what I wanted to do, sing, be on television, things like that.
Okay, now, what are your hobbies? I know you love animals.
I have 2 dogs at home, and, you know, they're great. One's a little hyper, but, you know, I happen to love animals always. And I have other hobbies. I collect cards, baseball cards. I'm really into that, you know.
You were telling me you have a Tim Raines card?
Yeah, I do. I've got an old Tim Raines card. I think it's doing well in price, so I'm happy.
Do you check the guide and see how you're doing and see if you're making money on
Yeah, they have a price guide for that, and I look up all my cards. You know, I just go shopping, and then I look at the prices like a week after or a year after.
So are you a sports fan? Do you like sports in addition to...
I'm a big New York Mets fan. That's
the Mets.
That's the
No,
team.
I've heard of them. Yeah, they're in New York.
Yeah.
You live in New York, or near New York.
Yeah, I live in New York State, just upstate.
Now, has there not been pressure on you to move to La La Land? I'm sorry, Los Angeles, where all the stars hang out?
There has been. I really want to actually move to La La Land, but I think that that my dad wouldn't be able to. He's a podiatric surgeon, and he's got you know, his practice set up in New York.
So he operates on podiatrics? Wow. Is that a type
No,
of
he's a
dog?
foot doctor.
Like a podiatrist surgeon
Yeah.
doctor type. I get it now. Thanks. Good luck, and thanks for coming in. Good luck with the new series, and thank you. We'll see you next time on